up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to go into basically all the 1 o'clock games for tomorrow that I haven't covered. My last video, I basically just rushed it out because I wanted people to have time. If you didn't see it, I went with Hawaii on the money line because I noticed a theme of there are 4 teams that are recognized as Native American teams as far as their mascots, as far as their lineage, and it's the Utah Utes who won, obviously. Florida State Seminoles won, obviously, and the other one that won was Central Michigan, who was a 5-1 underdog. So Hawaii is the 4th, and what's even more interesting is San Diego State. They were disavowed, or denounced, I should say, and they were told that the Aztecs is an oppressive, I guess, and insensitive mascot, and they did not acknowledge them as a Native American team. Yesterday was National Native Americans Day. With Maui and everything, I thought Hawaii was a good pick. So we actually had a decent college day, nothing crazy. If USC, well, it depends on how Hawaii and Arizona State do. I have Arizona State covering, and I have Hawaii winning. We could finish 5-3, might be 5-4, but not a terrible day. Obviously, we missed Colorado. That would have been a nice money line. My first instinct was obviously minus the 22, minus the 21, but again, we got it wrong, so we just move on. And I made Hawaii leg 3 for that because I immediately did the video because I just think it's a good play after I noticed that theme. Now, tomorrow we got a couple in play already. I went into why I like the Titans. I think they're a good play. I like them personally. I think taking the cover with these two teams is much better, so I played the cover. But taking them to win wouldn't hurt. I think Henry is going to do really, really good. I think they really want to show that the teams with the running backs are going to be amazing to give these running backs some leverage. And the other one I had picked was the Vikings. I think they're going to have Staley get fired. So I'm playing the whole slate just because with the system, all we need is a split, really. And a lot of these are contingent. I wasn't sure what to pick because I was going to pick all of Deion's teams to lose if he lost. Obviously, San Francisco won, but that was before he played. So ever since the theory's been tested, he's played first. So this is the first where San Francisco played before him. So there's a small chance I might do a parlay just on the money line, fading his 4 teams tomorrow. Fading Washington, Dallas, obviously would pay really well. Baltimore and the Niners, not the Niners, the Ravens. Ravens, Dallas, Washington, and I don't know, I can't think of the third one or the fourth one. That's not the Niners. Falcons. So I might do that, but I'm just going to stick with logical spreads here because then also the Commanders play tomorrow, and this is National, Native American weekend. So what gives, So it's an interesting one, but I'm just going to go into what picks I think are the best. Here, it's one of my favorite plays. I like the Jacksonville Jags to cover. They have yet to look like a top team, and the Bills aren't looking that good. The Chiefs aren't looking amazing. They got to have Miami is. They have to have another team, in my opinion, come out and look really good. And you might say more money is going to be on Jacksonville. With these types of games, a lot of times I feel like they do just kind of, not say play it out, but when you have teams that they're not getting that much action, it's probably going to be close to 50-50 because it's a lot of points. Again, CJ Stroud's playing pretty good. I think 8.5. More people might be leaning Jacksonville, but probably more from moneyline parlays. I don't see people loving my minus 8.5. And again, I think Lawrence has to come out and look really good one of these games. So I like Jacksonville to cover the 8.5. Colts Ravens, again, it's kind of going along my Deion theory because he lost. I like the Colts to cover. I'm not going to take them to win. I mean, you could play around with that, but the safe play is to cover. I also like it because Lamar's looked really good, and they're not really talking about these injuries. As you see, they're talking about 7 starters. They're talking about it, but nowhere near as much as they're talking about Richardson, who I believe he's been ruled out. And if he's been ruled out, in my opinion, I don't know why their line only moved from 7.5 to 8. So I think this is a really good chance we see a sloppy game and the Colts cover. So I like the Colts cover here. And I'll go into exact increments in a second. Again, I already covered Titans-Browns. This one I was stuck on for a bit. And I can almost guarantee you I know exactly what's going to happen on this game. I could be wrong. I think Denver, I picked Denver to win. And that's my official play. Because it's only a leg one, I'm going to play it for the odds. But I'm almost positive it's going to be a win, no cover for Miami. But the pick's at Denver to win. I'm just saying because of my luck. Just that's what always happens. I think Denver is definitely going to cover this game. Not many people are going to pick them to cover. And I have a feeling, again, it's going to be a lower scoring game. And we will probably see it come down to the end. Again, so I take Denver because of the value. But it's one of them I can certainly see a win, no cover. So we'll have to see what happens. But I like Denver here on the money line. I think it's good enough odds. Patriots, Jets I went into already. That's probably my favorite play of the week. And I went into why I like the Patriots laying the points just because you could take the money line, but then you're paying juice. So if it's a 1-2 point game, that sucks, obviously, if they win by 1 or 2. But I just went ahead and took the money line. It's been at 2.5, hasn't moved. So hasn't moved to 3 yet, which is good. I probably won't. Probably it'll stay right here. And then Bills Commanders. Like I said, with the Commanders, it's tough because they were the Redskins, and they're also one of Deion's teams. I like the Bills for the cover. Not just fading Deion's teams, but also, while a few more people might be on the Bills, there has to be games where you make guys like Allen look good, and I don't think they're going to make him look like they used to. But he has to look pretty strong. So for that to happen, I think he's going to have a couple pretty nice performances. And with Diggs' brother getting hurt, who knows, maybe he comes up and has a big game and dedicates it to him. So I like the Bills. It's a game, again. There's certain games where I don't see the public hammering the game. So not every game, if you look every single week, is going to be the public gets screwed. So I try and balance it out and look for games where narratives might be more important. So I do like Buffalo here for this. And then we got a few left. We got Falcons, Lions. This one, I'm afraid of getting clipped, but I am almost positive the Lions are going to win. I think, again, they're going to establish them as a much better team than people think they are. I think they're going to win the division pretty easily. They'll probably have a couple nice primetime matchups where they have to win those games, but I do think they'll win the division, and I think they're going to be a team that gets better each week. Now, Atlanta, I do think Robinson's going to have a great game because of the whole running back thing. So if you wanted to do like a prop hedge or something where you can try and catch both sides, I'll probably play Robinson on a couple props, to go over on his yards, maybe to score 2 touchdowns. I can see him just going off for a few straight weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if he won Rookie of the Year. But my pick is the Lions, and I'm playing the cover. So we'll be laying the 3 points. And then there's only a few more at 1. I already went into the Chargers-Vikings, and obviously I went into the Jags. So, the Chargers-Vikings I went into in another video. And again, I like the Vikings. Last one here, I like the Packers. My reason being, you could have, I guess there's a funny story if the Bucks, Saints, Falcons all start off 3-0 in the worst division. Yeah, it could happen. I just don't think it's that big of a story. And I think they want people to think that Love is the real deal. Fields obviously isn't. So it's already getting narrowed down to 3 teams. Do they narrow it down to 2 with it being just a race with the Vikings and Lions? I think with games coming up forward, they're going to have Love look good again. And I think Green Bay's going to get it done. So I like Green Bay here on the win. If it's 1 point, you might as well go the money line. You could take the -1, sure, but your book might even be even. So those are my picks. I'm going to go into the 4 o'clock games in another video. But since one is the Cowboys, like I said, I really do want to see how, and one's the Panthers, I want to see how the AFC South does. I want to see how Deion's teams do. If his teams lose, I might go ahead and take the Cardinals on the money line. I really might. It doesn't hurt as a leg one. But they won every week where he won, and now he loses. I wonder if they all lose following him. And like I said, they would all move to 2-1. One of them would move to 1-2, which would be the Cardinals here. But it'd be really interesting. But those are my picks, and just to show everybody how they're done. Again, I'm sure you know, but I do this every single night for if there's that one doubter out there, like, you know, prove you this is how you did. And again, we didn't kill today. We had a decent day. It just worked out, especially if Hawaii wins. It'll be a really nice day, really green day like the band. But for the most part, a decent day. Arizona State is still in play. Again, we missed the Vanderbilt under and the Vanderbilt cover, but we got FSU and Clemson under, and we got Florida, or FSU winning, I'm sorry. Stanford came through. Nevada came through and covered. So not bad. Colorado, again, if I stuck with my instinct, it would have been great. We pushed Michigan. I imagine most pushed because it was stuck on 24 for like 4 days. So I don't think anyone got... If you got 23.5, then great job. You got the cover. But I don't think it really went a half either way. If it did, you can always play a leg 2, because I'm just going to replay the leg 1, obviously. So, again, this is how my system is done. You can see Jags as a leg 1. You can see Broncos here. I have them winning as a leg 1. It's my one upset I'm going for. And you can see leg 1, leg 1. Now you can see the Lions here are a leg 3. I really think that... I think it's one of the most appealing plays from almost every metric. So, Giants let us down the other night. So all we do is just there. So leg 3. So you're going to be doing 4 units on the Lions to cover the 3. And again, we're not going to win every leg 3, but we've done a good job thus far. And it's all about just closing out as many sequences as we can. And for the most part, you know, I've yet to see it not work. So that's a good leg 3, just because I think I try and prioritize the picks. Some of them I feel like are crapshoots. And then I do like so we can get rid of this. We already got. Okay. And then the last one is Packers beat Saints. I like this to play as a leg 2. I don't want to have a leg 2-3s running at the same time. I want to pick my spots, but we can also afford to play around. And I think Packers is a good pick if you look at everything. So just look for a leg 1 we lost. I try and go up so we can close out any sequences. But it doesn't really matter which one you put it for. I'll just put it for this Vandy Kentucky loss. And this is going to be a leg 2. Alright. So that's our picks. I'll go into the 4 o'clocks as well. Hopefully Hawaii wins. You guys still have a little bit to get in on that action. And yeah, like I said, they're not by any means perfect. Today we didn't do perfect by any means, but we closed out sequences, profited, despite just barely going. I think we'll be around 60% if Hawaii wins. And it also comes down to Arizona State covering as well. So, again, good day, and this is basically what I expect. Again, a lot of these picks I just did spreads. I just took the under because FSU went over on every game. And again, it doesn't have to work with every single one. But like I went over in my video, we're usually going to split or better. And then in a week or two, people are going to be pounding the Vandy over because now it's Kentucky. The Kentucky over because now they're 4-0 on the over. And I'm pretty sure they'll go under in the next couple weeks. So that's how I'm able to optimize the against the spread metric. Again, teams are not going undefeated on the spread or on the over-under. So we're playing every 1 o'clock game, as you can see. Oh yeah, and if you missed my last couple videos, here's Vikings cover Chiefs. It's 1 point. So it's moved, but I just did the 1 so I don't get juiced. I doubt it's exactly a 1 point game. Or, I'm sorry, Chargers, not Chiefs. You could do the money line. It's basically the same thing. That's a leg 3. And Titans to cover the Browns is a leg 2. I just think, and I love the 3.5. So hopefully I'm not getting suckered with that, but I think it's a nice hook to have that half a point in case they don't win. And then Jets, Patriots beating Jets is in here too. Again, this is for anyone that missed my older videos. That's a leg 2. Patriots to cover the Jets. Okay, so I liked the Lions play just a tad bit more. The Vikings play a tad bit more. So I went with those as the leg 3s. So I think we're still going to do good on the most part. And I'll make sure to have the 4 o'clock picks and the night pick out as well. So good job today, guys. Again, thank you all for all the support. And take care and happy earnings.